According to the Cosmopolitan, the teen birth rate is declining nationwide. However, that isn't the case for conservative states. Another fact being that out of the students that were surveyed at the time of graduation, about 41% of those teens reported knowing very little about condoms. And 75% of those students had never been introduced to the birth control pill. With that being said, there is a big need for good sex education programs. My name is Kaylee Smith, and today I'm going to inform you of why sex education programs are so important. Sex education programs improve attitudes relating to sexual health, reduce STI rates, and promote relationship skills. To begin, I will first tell you about how sex education programs improve attitudes relating to sexual health. As stated on the CDC's website, sexual violence is any sexual activity when consent is not obtained or freely given. Proper education courses teach the importance of consent. The upsetting fact, according to the advocatesforyouth.org, is that 8% of high school students have been forced into intercourse, and 1 out of 10 students say they have committed some sort of sexual violence. These programs are intended to inform students of the dangers of sexual violence. These programs teach students where to seek help in the instance of sexual violence, but most importantly, teach sexual education courses that the value of consent is incredibly important, that anyone is allowed to say no at any time. Secondly, sexual education programs are the key to reducing the STI rates. According to FamilyDoctor.org, STIs, or sexually transmitted infections, are infections you can get by having sex with someone who's been infected. Some can be caused by viruses such as hepatitis B, herpes, HIV, and the human papillomavirus, also called HPV. Others can be caused by bacteria. Some of these include chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. While STIs that are caused by viruses can be cured with antibiotics, the unfortunate fact is that any STI caused by a virus cannot be cured. The only for sure way to prevent these STIs is to abstain from sex altogether. However, if you are engaging in sexual activity, it is important to use a condom to lower these chances. This is why sexual education courses are so important. They teach students how to correctly and effectively use a condom, this aiding in protecting students from STIs. Not to mention, it teaches students on the importance of routine exams, provides important information and transmission symptoms, and what it's like to be treated. After looking at how sex education courses will help reduce the rate of STIs, we will finally look at how sexual education courses promote healthy relationships. GES.harvard.edu states that giving students a foundation in relationship building and centering the notion of care for others can enhance the well-being and pave the way for healthy intimacy in the future. It can overall prevent or counter gender stereotypes and bias. Also mentioning that it could minimize instances of sexual harassment and assault in middle and high school students. Sex education courses promote positive communication, which we all know is needed for a healthy relationship. It also promotes conflict management when it comes to arguments, and helps to teach students how to negotiate decisions around sexual activity to ensure each voice is heard and consent is being given. To recap, I have talked to you today about how sex education courses promote attitudes relating to sexual health. I then talked to you about how they are the key to reducing the rate of STIs, and I finished with how sex education courses promote healthy relationships in teenagers and young adults. Sex education courses need to be mandated in every school in each state. Thank you for your time.